Do you got a disgusting looking house, all dirty, all nasty, all black? Today, I'm going to show you how to get this clean without using high pressure, very low pressure. In fact, this is something that you could put in a pump-up sprayer and clean this with very low pressure. And that is one way we can clean is through a 12-volt system or a pump-up sprayer. It's all about the solution. So, in today's video, I'm going to give you what you need to be able to clean this and make this vinyl siding look brand new again. It's going to get rid of all the black. We're not going to use high pressure because the problem if we use high pressure, we can mess up the oxidation and it'll give you a picture. I'll put a picture on here what it looks like. So I'm Jason Guyman here with PressureWashHelp.com to help you grow your business, be successful, and to change your life. So the very first thing you're going to need is you can use a pressure washer. And you can use a thing called a downstreamer, and the downstreamer will inject the soap into here. The soap we're going to use is sodium hypochlorite. You can also use pool shock, is kind of what it is, pool shock. And then we're going to use a product for the surfactant to help clean this also, to help, the sodium hypochlorite will help remove the mold and destroy the roots of it. And the the surfactant will actually help it stick on there. You can use stuff like Dawn dish detergent. I don't recommend it. Dawn dish detergent actually fights against the sodium hypochlorite. There's some good stuff out there. You can use some of your like laundry detergent. All is a good one. You know, the liquid laundry detergent, and it'll also help make it smell. Now, with that being that said, remember we are using sodium hypochlorite, which is pool shock, which is also can be called bleach. So if you're going to do this, make sure the clothes that you are wearing is either 100% polyester, so that way it doesn't bleach them, or clothes that you don't want to wear later on unless you want the new fad of having white spots all over you. This here is a sodium or 100% polyester, and so that's why I don't have spots all over it. So when we get your pump-up sprayer, or you can use a downstreamer that you put into your pressure washer, and you put it into the bucket of soap, and I'll actually show what that looks like here in a video here shortly. This here, you can use a J-rod or a soaping nozzle. The biggest thing is we need a soaping nozzle. This nozzle here is about 10 bucks. You can get a J-rod for a pressure washer for about $40. With that being said, when we're doing this, we want to make sure that we are going to clean it right. So when we're putting our soap on, you're going to see the soap coming out. All we're going to do is put a nice mist on this shop here. And we're going to do a nice mist all the way across. Come back over. And we're going to do this all the way up. And it's not the pressure that's cleaning this. It's the chemicals inside here that is going to clean this. And we're going to go all the way up to the top. Watch them wires a little bit. Move over here. And we're going to do this wall right here. Now, this house is fairly bad. This is actually a little shop. It's not a house. It's pretty nasty, but I've seen houses just as nasty as this. So, this might actually take 2 applications of soap to make sure we get this all good and clean. When we're applying the soap, we want to make sure we're getting a nice solution all the way up. We don't want to do one of these numbers like this because we don't know what we're going to get. We're just going to give a nice solution going all the way up. And then we'll move over and we'll do it again. Nice solution all the way up. And like I say, this one here is dirty, nasty. Not the dirtiest I've seen, but it's pretty close to it. And then when we're talking gutters and that, we want to make sure we hit from this way, we hit this way. Otherwise, we can mess mold in behind there, and then we won't clean it. All right. So once we got the soap on there, this is where it calls dwell time. D-W-E-L-L, dwell time. We got to let that soap sit on there, and we don't want it to dry, because if it dries onto the vinyl siding, it can cause oxidation. And what oxidation is when you rub your hand down that vinyl siding, you'll get a white, chalky looking crud on your fingers. That's not good. We don't want that. Now, if your house already has oxidation by the sun beating on it or whatnot, there's not a whole lot we can do with that. There is a chemical we can put on there to get it off, but most of the time what we're going to do is we're going to clean the vinyl siding, and then we will come back and do it with the vinyl siding will get rid of all the mold and algae and dirt, but you'll still have that oxidation feel. And that oxidation is one reason why we don't want to use high pressure. If we use high pressure and we start blasting that oxidation off, you won't have a nice even oxidation to remove every bit of that oxidation off of there. So dwell time usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes if it's this bad. If it's really dirty, like I say, I may actually have to put another application on here. If it's not real dirty, then we can put one here. We'll go turn our soap off, and with the soap being off, and then we'll rinse it down, all low pressure. No high pressure at all, less than 100 psi coming out of this nozzle. And that's why I say you can take a garden hose and a pump-up sprayer, put about a quart to maybe a half a gallon into like a 2-gallon pump-up sprayer, come out here, spray it all, and then just take your garden hose and rinse it all right down. You might have to do 2 times if it's this bad. If it's not real bad, you don't have to worry about doing the second coat. Today, I'm probably going to do another coat just because this one is that bad, and I'm kind of weak on my soap, I think. So I'm not real strong on my soap, so that's why I will hit it again. And like I say, we just want to make sure that it don't dry on there, since it's already taken it. So we're going to put another coat on it, and you can actually see that it's already starting to run. And if it's windy out, work with the wind. Don't just stand in the chemical and let it get you. Just let the wind blow down wherever the wind's blowing. Then we're going to just work our way back up. And we want to soap up and rinse down. You can see a lot of the dirt already coming off. Before I turn the soap off, I'm just going to make sure I got all the really dark green stuff. If you have aluminum siding, a lot of times you'll have aluminum siding going up the top right here. That piece right there, sometimes you might have to hit that 2 or 3 times with your solution to get it done, because what happens is you have all that heat in that roof and it'll dry that soap up pretty quick. So we'll just hit that one more time, trying to make sure we don't have no more black green mold crud going here. Rinse it down here real good. Okay, so once we get it good and soaked and we let that dwell time sit there, it's going to turn all of it to a brownish color. And at this point, we're going to want to, if we're using a pressure washer with the soap getting injected, we can either pull our soap out or you can turn the soap off basically. And I'm going to use the same tip. It's not real high pressure. It's the same tip. It's only 100 psi, less than that. And we're going to rinse everything down. Like I say, where this is so dirty, it might actually take another rinse even after, or another soap and rinse. So what you could do first is actually put soap on it, rinse it, and then soap it one more time. I went ahead and soaped it twice because I knew it was that bad. So when we're done, I know this has still got soap in it, so we're going to put this soap up here in the top, maybe hit any green spots that we might have not came clean all the way. Find all our green spots that we might not have missed, and we're just going to soap those green spots down again. So we're not just going to waste that soap. We're actually going to use that soap again. And then what we're going to do is come up here to the top, and we're just going to rinse our way down, flat by flat, basically. and get all that funk off there. And this is pretty bad. This one's pretty dirty, but you can see it's already cleaning up really well. And I usually work a section at a time. I don't try to work the whole top. I don't try to work the whole thing. I'll work a nice 10, 12 foot section and then keep bringing myself down here. And like I say, this here's pretty dirty, and it's going to take me probably 20, 30 minutes to do this house. Now, with that being said, I'm also doing video of it, so it's going to take me a little bit because I'm, letting y'all know how to clean this. We just work section by section. We're just going to work that down, clean every bit of that vinyl siding. And this has got some pretty bad weep holes in it, where the weep holes, this stuff hasn't been cleaned in a very long time. So we want to make sure we're cleaning it, make sure all the weep holes are getting cleaned out. The one thing we might have to do with the weep holes is stand back really far and let them run out a little later. And again, I'm not using no pressure at all. Your garden hose will do the same thing with this. Then I'll work this next section here. Work this section all the way down here. And you can see how good and clean this is. And it makes it look beautiful. If you're on the honey-do list and you need to get your house washed, this is the way you can do it right here. This will help make the wife happy. And that's what we want, is a happy wife, happy life. If you're doing it as a business, then you'll have a happy customer. And that means you'll have a happy wallet, because they pay you. And then what I want to do, let's see, I got just some spots that I missed. And some of them weep holes, I'm going to just kind of get back as far as I can and just rinse that stuff down. And then I'll start on this side. Sun's in my eyes and I can't see, so I'm going to come over here. And the wind's blowing that way. Keep the wind out of my eyes. Wind, water, and sun. Move over, and like I said, we'll just do it in sections and make sure that I'm getting each slat, getting all the soap off, getting all the dead dirt off. And you can see how much better this looks. Looks brand new siding. Don't need to replace the siding. You just need to clean it. And like I said, you can do this with a pump up sprayer. As long as you got the right solution in it, spray it on, rinse it off, and there you go. It's not that difficult at all. And then we'll spray this side right here, and then we'll be good to go. All right, and we'll just make sure that all the weep holes are cleaned out. And we'll make sure it's clean, check it. A lot of times that mold will get up underneath right here. And that's why we kind of want to spray up underneath that a little bit. We don't want to get a lot in them weep holes, but we want to make sure you get close, you look up in there, you don't see dirt up in there. And if you're tall, don't forget you got shorter customers, so their eyeballs might be right here. So that's when I'm coming down. I always try to shoot up right here, so that way I'm making sure these are clean. I'm 6'7", 6'6", so my eyeballs are right here. Their eyeballs are way down here. So this is one reason why, I always make sure we're right here.